Good evening, everyone. What is going on? Thank you, everybody, for being here. Really appreciate it. Markets are interesting. 69.34 on the futures. Pretty excited about that. So thank you, everyone, for being here. We appreciate it. Matt will be on in a moment. I couldn't let anybody say late. Scheduled for 8 o'clock. I'm not going to let you guys say late. Hit the play button at 8. And the White House's favorite quant is on. Matty Money, how are you?
Steven, I have to have a very serious conversation with you.
I have to have a very serious conversation with you also.
These comments, man, we have to address them.
What comments?
I'm getting an outpour of comments about you and me, and people commenting about our streams.
Well, before we get into that, we need to do something off the bat because we are really going to need to put this disclaimer out there tonight.
Okay, yeah, we need to do that.
So, everybody, this is not a joke. This is a Code Red episode. You must read the disclaimer. What Matt and I are going to talk about tonight is only pertaining to us. Is we're going to do something that is probably going to be very different than what everybody is used to seeing.
Different than what I'm used to doing, too.
Different than what Matt is used to doing, probably different than what I'm used to doing. And keep in mind, whatever we talk about on this, we are not financial advisors. We are not your financial advisor. If we happen to do something, Matt and I know the risks, and any money we allocate towards something, we are willing to lose. Please do not follow us in on anything at all. So, pause the video, read the disclaimer, read it twice, then press play. Start now. Thank you.
Start now.
So, Matt.
Steven.
You want to roll into discussing comments, or do you want to just get right to it?
I'm down for either, but I was going to try to make you feel scared. The comments are off the charts. People are saying we need to do more. They love Steven. They love Matt. Maybe not separate, but they love the energy. They love the chemistry between the two. Yeah,
that's what I'm hearing also.
So getting a lot of people being like, dude, you guys need to keep it up. Sorry, my voice cracked like I was 7, but it's because I'm so emotional.
So I think we should give the people what they want. And I think we should do it in a very special way.
I'm all ears, Steve. I'm all ears.
All right. So Matt and I were on the phone, everyone, and we came up with an idea. So I'm going to pitch the idea. Matt and I are going to go back and forth a little bit, and we're going to finalize it.
Yeah.
So the idea is that Matt and I both take 10 grand, and we have a little competition against each other for the 2026 year. Now, we have not flushed out all the ideas, and we have not flushed out the rules. What I am thinking, Matt, is anything goes. 10 grand, whether you want to make weekly moves, bi-weekly moves, monthly moves, whatever. The only stipulations are we pick a night. We have to do the stream the same night every week. And what I would say is Mondays and Fridays would probably work the best. So if we do Monday, it becomes a recap of the week before and what we're planning for the week. Or we could do a Friday one and just recap what we did in the week. I'm good with either. Friday may be better. What do you think?
I like it. We have to talk about time because obviously you have streams and I have other obligations on Fridays. So
which are your obligations on Friday? What time?
Don't worry about it, Steve.
No, I'm asking time frame. I'm not asking what they are. I'm asking time frame.
I'm a 34-year-old man. If I want to do some stuff on Fridays,
listen, you want to do some stuff? I gotcha.
But what was I going to say? But yeah, no, I mean, I would love to do something. I just don't necessarily know if it needs to be. I mean, yes, I would love to have a regular cadence on something. definitely. But we just need to recognize that, like, you're basically like, you have to realize I leave where I live.
So do I. I go to the office.
Sometimes I have to go visit family. Sometimes I have to leave the state.
I mean, that's what laptops are for, right?
You're not wrong, Steve.
Got cell phone. We can pre-record.
We could pre-record. We could
pre-record. So let's do this. Subject to change on day. Let's start it out on Fridays and go from there.
For sure. Yeah. I'm all about it, Steve.
All right. So I guess what we're going to do, and this is going to look, everyone, my thing to Matt was, I don't want to use a lot of money. I want to use a number that is just realistic. This is just a friendly competition. We'll put something on the line like dinner or something. And I think we create a shared doc that gets updated during the episode of whatever we did, and we keep a running tally of stuff. So I'll create some ideas, send it to you, and we'll work it up. And Fridays works good, I think, because we can discuss whatever was done during the week. And I think we start Monday, the 12th.
Okay.
So we get everything ready, and then take the weekend, flush out ideas. Monday the 12th is the first week in our friendly competition.
You should highlight what Tevis has wrote.
Yeah, I just saw Masquerade losing to Steve. You got this.
Steve, do you have some aloe vera?
What do you mean?
I gotta cure this burn. Fucking God.
Freaking Tevis.
Good one, Tevis. We need to go spend that $500. I still need to decide if I'm doubling down, Steve.
What do you mean? Of course you're doubling down.
At 45?
I mean, you're just going to spend the money anyway on a vacation with him.
That's true.
So it's a win-win situation.
That's true. And imagine spending $1,000 like an all-inclusive. Like, you're really going to ball out. You're going to get some nice.
You're going to have fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
You're going to have fun. So
yeah, maybe I should just double down. I don't know. I'll need to have a chat with Tevis. He's been avoiding me and prancing around Eastern Europe. So
he's got it like that. So
yeah.
For everybody in the chat, I cannot reiterate this enough. Whatever Matt and I do on this, please do not follow us, okay? Like, I swear, do not follow us on this. This is strictly between the two of us. We want to come up with an idea. I do not trade. So this is kind of going to be a test for me to have an active account. I am not active in my investments. I am usually a buy and hold. I will move in and out if the data changes. I am looking at this as an opportunity. And while I don't have the time to trade in and out on a daily basis, creating a weekly strategy for myself or a bi-weekly strategy. So I have some ideas of what I'm going to do with this. So Matt, what do you think?
No, 100%. And I was telling Steve earlier, it's like there's things that I want to try out, and there's things that I want to like dive deeper in, and so with that, like, what I would basically state is this, like, I don't want you guys to blindly ever follow me into anything, but if this is the place, like, these are things that I might buy into, do more research, and sell out within a couple days. Like, that is completely plausible, and that's not normally what I do. So, like, when I was talking about, prime example of this is like Symbotic, right? I was talking about this with Steve last week. I might just like throw $1,000 at Symbotic while I'm continuing to research it and be like, actually, I fucking hate this company. I did some more research. There's so many risks that I wasn't aware of, and sell it, right? And so if you see something graduate, let's say, to the bigger boy portfolio, I still don't advise you to say, oh my God, Matt's, doubling down. Only if you think it's right for your portfolio, then go for it. But this is going to be a test bed of me like Steve said, throwing a small portion of the portfolio into things that I'm trialing out. And I don't want to say I encourage other people to do stuff like this. But at the same time, you don't know what you don't know in certain arenas. And so this is my test bed to take a very, very, very minimal, extremely small portion of my portfolio, and try some stuff out. And if it graduates to the bigger portfolio, it graduates to the bigger portfolio. But um, I am not. I'm to be honest, like, yes, Steve and I might be betting dinner or whatever it is, which might be a couple $100, depending on if we get wine or whatever. But to me, I'm looking at this as more of a test bed. And to be honest, I would I'm okay with losing all $10,000, it going to zero, because to me, I'm okay with learning more, right? So anything that I can do to learn more about the market, find edges on the market, and by edges, I don't mean like an edge above them, like to try to beat the market. I mean, trying to find where limits are of certain things that I haven't ever wanted to test before, because that might have involved, throwing, 20 or 30 or 50 grand at it, and that might not be, but spending 1,000 and trying something out, much different, and especially now in this part of, in age of my portfolio. So anyway, I would highly encourage people that this is something that will get me and Steve to be a little bit more focused on new ideas and things like that. But those ideas might not bear fruit. And so I just want people to recognize that.
And I do want to say one other thing, piggybacking off of it. I am once again not encouraging anybody to do this because Matt and I putting 10 grand in an account that we're going to actively manage, I don't think it's going to go to zero. But if it goes down by 50%, we're not going to lose sleep over it, and it's not going to impact our monthly bills. So that's why we're doing this with a small amount of money. And for me, it's more to see if I actually force myself to take a active stance on an account, what's the ROI in a year going to be? Because I've never done that before, and I'm interested to say.
Steven, I'm curious. So you have any thoughts about particularly? I know there's one thing that I definitely want to try and display to the world, that, and it's a riskier strategy, but it is something I've thought about in the past. And we don't have to get into it right now, but are you coming into this with some thoughts about what small ticket items you want to try out?
I have an idea of what my strategy is going to be, Matt.
Oh, so you're doing like a whole strategy for all
Oh
10,000.
yeah, oh yeah. I'm like the you're it, and it doesn't matter if I say it now or
Yeah.
next week because if I, regardless, the cat's going to be out of the bag. My strategy is within the next 8 days, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. I'll say what I'm thinking, and I may change it, but I'm thinking about taking half of it, putting it in the Mag Sevens that I like. I'm thinking about buying two stocks that
Mhm.
are on the lower end and running a wheel on them. And one stock is a moonshot. So I'm thinking about doing a three-prong approach to the mini portfolio.
Hmm. The one thing I definitely know for a fact that I will likely find a robotics play, maybe multiple. But the one thing that I definitely want to try and put into an account, because the problem is I'm doing this right now in a much larger account, and so I lose focus. But if I have this separated, my hope is that, but it's a call roll strategy. And so I'm going to do one contract and one contract only. And if it works, then I might build it up to a couple contracts. But at the same time, I'm probably going to siphon off money to make sure that, because obviously if you're buying calls, right, you can, one bad week or a couple bad weeks, you could end up with zero, right? So my hope is that um, there's a piece in there, but the call roll strategy that I'm going to be utilizing it on is is either likely spy, and it's basically what
Freaking Tevis. He was hoping for 0 date on biotech microcaps.
Hey man, you have the in on biotech. We got a
So
guy. We got a guy for that.
listen, don't say I have a guy. We have a guy.
We got a guy for that.
We got a guy for that.
It's like the Post Malone song. We got a guy for that.
I don't freaking utilize it because I'm shook, but we got a guy for that.
But to continue my note here, and then I'll hand it back to you, Steve. I'll give you the floor. Is call roll spread. So basically buying either at the money or slightly out of the money, 30 days out. And the hope is that generally speaking, you look at a SPY, it's generally going up and to the right, right? 75% of the time, it's headed in the right direction. You might catch it on a bad month or something like that, in which you'll end up losing the entirety of the investment. But say you get in on a good streak, specifically after a decent pullback, like we saw in November or whatever, then you can end up getting in a good rhythm of just money flowing into the market every single 2 weeks, like we normally see. And if that's the case, then after you get a 50% profit, you sell and you buy another one, right? So you take that money in your pocket, you basically pocket it, and if worst case scenario it doesn't hit that 50% profit mark, then within 10 days of it expiring, you would roll it out again. So another 30 days out. And so the hope is that you just gain money with the market. And my hope is that we don't have a massive 20-30% pullback 1 week. But if we do, or 1 month, if we do, then it is what it is. But I've seen this happen where if the market moves in certain ways, you can make 50% in a day. I've seen times where I've had to lose 30% in a matter of a month. And that's on a particular, so it'll probably anywhere between $1,000 and $1,500. So I at least want to do that with one. And my hope is that takes a life of its own, and I'll be able to build out a mini small portfolio within that.
Yeah, and I think that instead of opening a new account, I think we should do it in a current account. That way, if we want to dabble in options, we can. If we want to do something else, we can.
Mm.
And also, I don't want my accountant to bitch and complain.
You want your accountant?
I
was
am
probably
not
just
my
going to open a
accountant.
second.
My accountant made a comment to me over the weekend that people having so many freaking brokerage accounts, blah blah blah, basically being like you're an idiot, and I just make them do more work with entering shit. So
he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Guy for milk and biotech. There you go.
So Matt, what I am thinking is hypothetically we can change the day of the show, right? Hypothetically, if we were to do a show on Friday at 8, we would have to go to the shared doc and fill everything out that we did for that week before 7:30. That way it's already in there and we can just bring it up. Or we can do it live and surprise each other to see what we did that week.
Mm.
And the way I'm thinking about it is I'm thinking about building a tracker for everything I do, whether it is a dividend income, capital appreciation, option income, and going line by line and having a total aggregator on total ROI on the 10K. Because there may be a week when a company like Verizon is paying a dividend. Maybe I buy it the day before the X date and I stay in it for a week and I write a call option at the money, collect the dividend and hope that it goes back up and gets called away. And, I may do stuff like that also in this. You don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I was you could do it however you want. I think for me, the simplest way, I was just gonna throw $10,000 into a separate Robinhood and just probably pull it up live. Something like that. Go back and yeah, so I mean that way it's completely disparate. I know it's more tracking and stuff, but I already have other separate accounts that I'm using for tracking anyway. So
Yeah, I really don't want to open a new account because I really don't want my buddy to bitch in there. I really don't.
it's all right. Yeah, you got to do
I
what you
mean,
got to
look,
do.
I'm happy to. I'm not going to pull it up live, but I will pull it up if you ever need to see anything in it. So that's not a problem. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. Guys, I'm reading the chat. VZ Boomer Stock. Think about what I said. There could be a play for a week where a company that's generating a 7% dividend, that's about 1.6, 1.7% every quarter. You buy it right before the X date. You collect the dividend, hope it goes back, and you write the call option. It just gets called away. Maybe you make 2 or 3% in a week. I'm just spitballing ideas here, guys. Not talking about keep putting Verizon in this for the full year.
That's what I'm hearing, Steve.
I hear you.
I'm hearing I'm probably going to buy more Nvidia, some Meta, some Google and Amazon because my name is Steve. And you know,
I mean,
Steve got me all excited about how he's going to be trying new things, and all
I
he's
am
going
going
to
to
be doing
try
is
new things.
just dividend stocks in the Mag 7.
No, listen, I'm going to try new things,
I'm just giving you shit, Steve.
but I'm going to counterbalance it also. I mean, look, maybe I buy a naked option during earnings season and try to pull a fast one on you. Who knows?
An XRP ETF, Steve? Is that what you're doing?
Dude, don't get me started about XRP. Nobody listens. Everybody just wants to make fun of the kid.
Nobody listens to Steven. Oh, man. Never did. They never have.
They never have. They never will.
Interesting. It'll be fun. It'll definitely be fun, and I think it'll be interesting. Do you have one that you're proposing that you're going to be buying, or do you want to keep it short, sweet, to the point, and move on to something else that we can get into?
I mean, I have an idea of what I am planning on doing right now. That could change tomorrow or while I'm sleeping, because I kind of don't really sleep and my mind just keeps going. But yeah, I have an idea. I'm thinking about, hypothetically, throw $1,000 into NVIDIA. Throw $1,000 into Microsoft.
Okay.
All right. Throw $1,000 into Meta.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I can't do that because I can't buy fractional shares. So I got to really think about.
What do you mean you can't buy fractional shares?
Who the
That is America.
How can you buy fractional shares?
Do you live in Canada? What? I thought you lived in New York.
I do. I don't know. My broker doesn't let you buy fractional shares.
You need to change brokers, my friend.
I don't think
he still charging you $15.95 for a trade? What's going on over there?
Hey, it used to be $34.95 back in the day. All right, buddy.
Dude, what do we tell? It's 2026, Steve. You can't buy fractional shares?
No, when you put a buy order in, you have to do it by the share.
You call up your broker to make trades?
No, I don't call my broker. Okay, believe it or not. One of my coworkers makes fun of me because I still call restaurants to have food delivered. And she's like,
I can understand that.
You don't use Grubhub or Seamless or something? And I'm like, no. So I want to call and make sure they get my order right.
100%. No, I mean, I do that. I would definitely do that if I don't order from places where I know it's more expensive. But I do a lot of DoorDash and stuff. But it's only when I know that they're not ripping me off. But I've been to places before where they're charging you like $5 extra for this and $5 extra for that. And I know it's because they're splitting stuff, but it's like they're also not having to hire a waiter or something like that. They have a delivery driver. So it's the same, in my opinion.
So I will look into potentially opening a different account. Maybe I will do the same thing with you and open a new Robinhood account. We'll see. I got to think about it.
Fractional shares is.
Can you buy fractional shares on Robinhood?
You could buy $1 worth of stock in Robinhood.
How the hell would I know? I must be new, Matt. You're looking at me like I'm crazy, or you just froze.
No, this is me in like amazement. Like it's
Okay.
2026.
Okay.
I feel like I'm talking to like a 75-year-old man.
I mean, I am pretty gray.
Yeah, but not that gray.
I mean, I'm getting there.
I'm not trying to be an asshole. Like I'm legitimately in shock that
I
you're
can
like
see that on your face. You're legitimately in shock. I can see that.
this does Amit know this? Do we need to call him?
I mean, you can. I don't know.
Nah,
No,
he's
I don't
I
know.
want him to have a good time with what he's doing, but like you need to bring this up to Amit and see what he says.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, you are too young to be talking like this, Steve. People in the chat are right.
I don't know. Anyway, hypothetically, I'm thinking about having 50% anchored as a hedge against myself in stuff that I think is going to do well. I am considering potentially what's wrong.
So instead of 78 years old, I buy fractional shares.
I am thinking about potentially writing a cash secured put on 100 shares of SoFi.
I like that idea.
I am potentially
I
considering
might steal
actually
that.
buying 100 shares. This is why I didn't want to say it, but it's going to come
Can we
out next
steal
week
stuff
anyway.
from each other if we like
Yeah,
it?
yeah, that's fine. I'm
Yeah.
thinking about potentially buying 100 shares of SoFi and just writing a covered call 50 cents out of the money, hoping it gets called away, and then using that capital to write a cash secured put right under the money and wheeling that. And I may, go with a flyer or two. Maybe I buy 100 shares of BM&R here. Those have huge premiums.
They do.
And run a wheel on BM&R at this level. It looks like it may have flattened out a little bit.
You've never really tried the wheel, have you?
I have once in a while, but I never kept up with it. And I think during earnings season, so my plan is because we're starting next week, we got 3 weeks before earnings season. I'm hoping that I can generate enough income from 3 weeks of picking something to run a wheel on or something that I can buy 100 shares of and write a couple of call options on that I can generate enough money where I can potentially buy a naked option for free into earnings, hoping that that pays off. I have a company that I'm thinking about that I'm not going to disclose because I think they're going to shatter earnings. And if I'm wrong, it doesn't hurt because it's profit anyway. So I'm going in multi directions with this.
You're giving me a lot of thought on that one because one of the things I've always thought about, like you Amit the other day, prime example on this one because this is clear in my head. He said that somebody bought like $1 million or something like that, and 900 Tesla calls for like I don't remember what it was. It was like July 26 or maybe it was January 27. And I think a lot of people are like, "What do you mean it's not going to get to 900?" It's not about getting to 900, right? It's about playing the delta on the option and they think like, oh, well, if it's going to make a transitional move here, let's just say to 450, 500, the delta on that will move so much for every dollar that they're basically hoping that they get a 20, 30, 40% return in a quick move, right? And then they sell it. They're not hoping that or anticipating that it's actually going to get to 900. And that's something I've actually thought about doing as well is like not day trading that, but looking at things that I could potentially buy for 5 cents, a penny, 2 pennies, or whatever, and buy 100 contracts of it, so $400, $500, and I don't want to say zero DTE sort of stuff, but like let's say for example, Fiserv, like a couple weeks ago before it took the shit down to $60. It hasn't retraced obviously back to the upside. Like it hasn't recovered, I should say, rather to the upside. But my play could have been on something like that, buying $150 calls for like 2 weeks out in the case that it did recover back to 70 or 75. Go ahead.
I gotta cut you off for a sec. Rambler brought up a great point. Remember what you were saying, Matt, please? I think we should do it in a regular account that we have. So God forbid we want to do something like this, we don't get hit with pattern day trader rules.
I'm trying to remember. It's been so long since
3 trades in a week. Somebody in the chat would know, but it's 3 trades within a week. Or you can just bring it up and we can look at it. But this is the other reason subconsciously I was thinking about this. So yeah, I'm not going to open up a separate account. I'm going to do it in an account that obviously has more than 25K in it.
Yeah, because the only ones that I have less than 10K right now are ones that I'm like putting money in once a week. Like for example, I just have like a normal VOO account that just puts in $50 a week because I'm using that as a benchmark. And then I have a separate account that I have my proprietary 3 ETF blend, which took a surprise dump, but I'm not 100% certain why that 3 ETF blend took a surprise dump. And I want to say that there was something in the back end that happened, and I want to double check that.
Yeah,
The
we're not
pool.
caring about taxes in this. This is all.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to speak for Matt. Let me take that back. I don't care about taxes. Everything I do is going to be in this account just to make money. I could give a shit about the tax implications at the end of the year. I'll just pay the taxes on whatever I have to pay.
I'm trying to learn. So this gives me an opportunity to say, like, I'm taking 10 grand to learn things that I do and don't like. I've made enough, I have enough money now that it's like I can take $10,000 and learn other things that I might not actually decide is good, and I don't have to feel obligated to perform, if that makes sense. Like my big portfolio, I'm not going to do this stuff in my big portfolio, right? Like just how I've tried out the call roll strategy that I'm going to implement, I think is one of my opportunities. I would feel bad kind of implementing that at a large scale. That's why I've only done one contract. Pattern day trader. You are designated pattern day trader if you do 4 or more day trades within a 5-day business. Yeah. But that's day trades. What is considered a day trade? Buying and selling the same security on the same day.
Yeah. Now, the big thing, everyone, is I know cash accounts are different. I don't use margin. I never have. I do have margin turned on one of my accounts because you have to have margin for level 2 options. Without margin, you can only do level 1. So I will likely be using that account so I can, if I want to do stuff like that, I can. You may catch me doing a couple call spreads. Who knows?
I might have a separate. I got to see if I can. I have a cash account, the one that I was going to use for like establishing my whatchamacallit, my dividend portfolio, which I just kind of started. But maybe I just build this on top of that. But I have to see if that allows me to do different level options, because I would like to be able to do. Well, I guess I don't need margin on that account. I just would need. But I guess if you're selling, I think if you're selling puts, they make you do margin anyway.
Yeah, I think you had. I was against turning it on. I called my broker and I said, "Listen, there's enough money to cover everything I want to do," and they were like, "That doesn't matter. You have to have margin turned on for certain things, even if you don't use it. They just make you turn it on." So,
which is a slippery slope. I wish they wouldn't make, like, if you wanted to do cash only secured puts, I don't think you should have to turn on margin.
Especially since on whatever cash secure puts I've written in the past, I've never used margin for. I've used my own cash.
Mm-hmm. You might have people that are just not, like, if they have the ability to use margin, they're going to use it, and I think that's the reason they do it. Probably. I don't know.
So this is going to be interesting. I'm really excited for this. It is going to force us to step out of our comfort zones and play around with a few ideas. And we're going to talk about them on the stream every week. And we're going to have a running tally of where we are.
Love it. Thank you for 200 people in my chat, man. That's phenomenal. The love that I've been getting over the past couple of days has just been so much. And I attribute a lot of to Hot Steve.
No, it's all you, man. It is.
No, you're forcing me. I don't want to say you're holding my feet to the fire. It makes it seem more dire, but I'm really liking what we got going here. We got a good.
I am forcing you to stream more.
You are, which is good. Somebody's got to do it. Otherwise,
and by the way, everyone,
playing games and
look at the hair. This is what it looks like at the end of the day. Okay, there's nothing in it. Okay.
Oh, yeah, run your hands through that. Yeah.
Okay. Once again, this stream is sponsored by H2O. The only thing that goes in my hair. Okay.
Yeah, that's the good question. When are we going to get some sponsors, Steve? What would you, Steve? I'm not on the sponsor game right now. If you were to have sponsors, who would they be? If you could choose,
I mean,
besides
Ronnie
Baby
Brook
Yoda,
Farms, man.
dude. Yeah, you should call them up. Be like, just give me $50 a week or something.
I don't know. No idea, Mr. Matt. But I gotta say, your thumbnail game is freaking ridiculous these days.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the thumbnails that you make. They're fire.
I had to go to Washington D.C. to get that thumbnail.
I saw. I can't believe the Donald allowed you to utilize that.
He let me use the White House photographer for that photo.
I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Even like he said, Matt, like this is confidential documents on the desk. You shouldn't actually be near these, but sometimes you got to do it.
So we got some super chats. Let's get to these. Thank you, Tamer. I hate trying to pronounce names because I butcher them. I apologize in advance. Tamer's Hatchin. Take a look at Navin. Insiders are buying a lot. I have no idea what Navin is. Do you know what Navin is, Matt?
Navin.
Navn. Navin Inc. It is a $4.2 billion company. It's not small. I'll have to look at it. Thank you very much. Sid, thank you very much. Sid again. I only order ramen dash Tesla. Okay, like it. Sid, thank you very much. Vulcan, thank you very much. View on Micron, the so-called memory supercycle. I mean, if you follow any of our channels, we did a stock draft in June. Tanner, Amit, Chris Patel, Matt, and myself. I actually took Micron in the 9th round, I believe. And I said, if we go back to the stream, I believe that I said people are underestimating how much DRAM is going to be needed for the Windows 11 upgrade cycle that was happening in October, and how much HBM was needed for servers, for GPUs. So I think it's still going to appreciate. I think the easy money's been made. We'll see what happens. And then Life's Good. Thank you for becoming a member to one of our channels. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Life's Good. Much appreciated.
And thank you, everybody, for being here. Really appreciate it. We wouldn't be doing this without all of you. I truly think that collectively we have the best community on YouTube. So thank you very much. And I know a lot of you think that I don't read the chat. I just can't do a lot of things at once. And I do read the chat. Sometimes I can't respond to things in the chat. And sometimes you guys just make me freaking crack up. Joni, great. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate all the love and support everybody's showing Matt and myself. It's great. We do this for all of you. You guys are the best. So, and also for all the regulars, Chels, Michelle, Ray, Midwest, Lena, Spencer, everybody, Ray, thank you so much for being here. It means so much. So, Matt, have I sparked any ideas in your head for what? And June, thank you very much for being here. Have you sparked any ideas about how you're going to approach this? Because I feel like you had an idea when we were on the phone. I feel like it's slowly changing now.
What was my idea on the phone? What am I missing?
I just think that you were thinking about doing one thing, and now you're thinking about next week. You may be going in different directions.
I mean, that call roll is only like 10 to 15% of the portfolio. I don't remember what I said. What was the other thing that I said on the phone? I don't remember.
If you don't remember, you don't remember.
No, damn it, Steve. What was it?
If you don't remember, you don't remember.
You hate me? Why do you hate me, Steve?
I don't know. Maybe you're going to do a little Nebius or CoreWeave and try to collect a huge premium on those.
I don't remember saying that.
I mean, you may be thinking it though.
What was I? Was I saying something about covered calls? I don't even remember saying anything about covered calls.
You were talking about some covered calls.
Was I?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I remember a company that I could write covered calls on below.
I mean, I may have looked at CoreWeave's call options, and they are so freaking big. It's crazy. Crazy.
You know what company I forgot about, Steve, which I need to add into the repertoire, considering, the crypto winter thing is definitely something that I'm like thinking about later on. And actually, what I should probably do, which actually would be cool, if we do actually do our Google Documents, it'd be cool to write our notes down. I don't want to say timeline, but like have our notes and then see how those notes change throughout the year. But like obviously, one of the notes that I've been playing on is latter half of this year or second quarter of this year, definitely some crypto. And yeah, I'm popping gummies. I don't do that stuff. But I completely forgot that Gemini went public with the Winklevoss twins,
Mm-hmm.
and it's down big. Like it came alive in September at 28, and it's down around $11 right now. It spiked up on day 1 or 2 at $32, and then it's down around $11. And the market cap's only 1.3 billion. And last I checked, it's a pretty decent platform. So only to be 1.3 is pretty surprising. I don't think they're making money right now. But that one might be one that I keep in the back burner because I was hoping for a Kraken IPO earlier this year and or to buy Kraken privately. So that obviously if it's private, I can't really get that in this portfolio per se, but I was just stumbling. I found it because I'm looking on Robinhood for that Navin company that guy not recommended but asked about, and it was in the other stocks like this, and Gemini showed up.
I'm wondering if Gemini gets acquired by somebody. We'll see. I got some ideas for next week, Matt. I got some ideas.
You gonna take them all?
I don't know what's going to happen next week. Something's going to happen.
Yeah, figures in that space, circles in that space. They're slightly different. All of them are slightly different, but I know Circle was coming down. I haven't checked it in about a month. Circle is still above its IPO. Way above its IPO. God damn. I guess people are still about the stablecoin trade. Interesting, Steve. Yeah, you can't do CoreWeave. It's $77.
I mean, you could.
I mean, you could. Yeah, if you want to
Could,
do the whole
right?
board.
I mean, what's 77 times 100, Matt?
Steve, you know I'm not good at math like that.
I'm just saying, technically we could. It would be
I gotta
a large
find some
percentage of
good
the
companies.
board.
You know what I need to do? I need to build a stock screener. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I should potentially build a stock screener and say what companies are below a certain, and then it spits back tickers. I wonder if you can do that. Huh. I might be able to make something. That might be something that a little service that there's a lot of little services that I want to put together. That's all part of the street exchange thing. Like once I get the street exchange thing kind of up and running, like, and that's making its own little side income. My hope is to take whatever money in that and then use that to build other little things. That should be fun.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, I got some ideas. I think I'm going to limit it to, because I could get crazy and I could buy freaking 40 different things in this, little here, little there. I'm not going to try not to do that. I'm going to try to make sure that each position is at least $1,000 on this.
At least 1,000.
That's what I'm thinking. I think each position for me is going to need to be 10% of the money. I don't want this for me to become a situation where I have 50 or 60 positions in a $10,000 account. I already did that with the dividend harvesting portfolio, and while it's doing well, I want to go in a different direction with this.
Another one for you, Steve, because I know you're. I do this already, by the way. So I don't know if you know that, like, my largest position in Bitcoin, I don't know if I've ever talked about that, is actually in the grayscale. It was in the grayscale Bitcoin ETF back in 2020. Did I ever tell you this?
No, I don't believe you did.
So that's actually my largest position of Bitcoin. I have now physical Bitcoin because I've been buying physical Bitcoin for a couple of years now, every paycheck. But initially, and Serve is another one that I've been looking at as well. I'm cautiously optimistic that Serve is getting towards the end of its super cash burn. But and like I said, guys, these are all like experiments, right? So the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust obviously like peaked out at something crazy. It was like whatever it was. I don't know if it was a couple hundred or whatever. But then they made it more liquid by making the mini trust. But I've been writing covered calls on those ETFs, both the Bitcoin and mini Bitcoin. But I was just looking at the Ethereum, and Ethereum, it might be one, like you stated, looking at, that actually might be something I like, is the Ethereum one trades at 25.90. So that's $2,600. You could potentially make some pretty decent premiums on that.
You could. You could. Matt, let's take a moment. Hail the Great. Thank you very much. Got to go to the gym.
What does that say? Sarah Laundry Boiler Room. Oh,
Kind of
okay.
playing Zeta or more VG, but thinking about rare earths, thinking out loud.
Yeah.
Everybody's on the Zeta train. I didn't do the research. I got to move the research to the weekend on Zeta. I just didn't have the time. PB, thank you very much. Mobile Eye buys humanoid robotics Menti for 900 mil. Interesting.
Was Menti
Did not
public?
see that.
I always love when like these little companies get acquired and it means like, could I have actually made money on it or was it too private?
And then there was Dougie Dallas in the chat.
Dougie D.
Dougie
Man, the
D.
mythical legend. But the gentleman that asked, Hail the Great, long time watcher of my channel as well as yours, I'm sure. But has been watching my stuff for a long time. Rare earths is something that I wish I could do a little bit more on. I know a lot of people, and this is bringing up something from a couple weeks ago, was like really into TMC. TMC, I'm still a little weary that they might not get the actual license that they need to be able to.
June, I saw where you put. I have no idea what this is. USA Rare Earth Inc.
USAR.
Yeah, I will look into it.
June likes her rare earths. Oh, I thought USAR ran like super hard. Have you ever? So you're like an infrastructure oil guy, not oil guy. Like I don't mean like
not like you, but
I'm an oil man, ladies and gentlemen.
Hold that thought. I like that. When Matt updates the 10K portfolio, he has to sing.
Oh man,
I like that rule.
I'll sing if.
Thank you, Mamba Mentality forever.
Maybe if it means that you guys get enjoyment out of it, and American Idol sponsors the stream, then.
I mean, maybe you need to go try out for American Idol.
I've had people tell me that, and then I listen to my voice and rewind, and people are like, Matt, or not people, like I listen to myself. Maybe I'm super hypercritical. I think people are being very generous when I sing.
I don't think so. I think you should.
I don't think it's actually that good. I sing out of key. You know, if I had some
crazy,
maybe if I had a coach, but
I think you should do it. I think you should go get a coach.
I thought you were my coach, Steve.
Not in that. I'll tell you that right now.
I can actually sing Rocket Man. I just don't know all the lyrics. So at some point I start. That's the thing. Is like I'll remember like parts of choruses and stuff like that, and I'll sing it. And actually, you know what's the worst, Steve? This is getting all right. I'm getting too comfortable with you guys. I like, you know me, I like to ad lib songs. So like I'll sing like a song that I know really well. Instead of just re-singing it, I'll ad lib it to be like, I'll add my friends' names in it and like, you know, instead. So anyway.
Great role model. Great role model.
Yeah, Take These Broken Wings is a great song.
It is a great song.
One Step
PB, thank you
Systems.
very much. One Stop. I have never heard of this. OSS, never heard of it. $157 million company. I'm gonna have to look at that over the weekend at some point. Maybe on Saturday night we'll look at it. I'll try to do some DD for it. Saturday night, maybe a DD night. We'll see. Johnny, Matt is a great role model. He is. He just needs to get his puncher bag
But
back.
Steve, I pay you to say that. So like you can't. I pay Steve. Steve's like, what do you mean you pay me? I'm not seeing it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything come to my account. What are you talking about?
Hot Steve.
I have not seen anything coming into the account.
The myth, the legend, Steven.
So I'm excited for next week. So do you think we can do, does Fridays at 8 work for you or not?
No.
No. Okay. So I'm trying to think. So far, the FinTech Frenzy or FinTech Friday is at 10. So it needs to be earlier if we're going to do it on a Friday.
8 Eastern, you mean?
8 Eastern, 7 Central.
8 Eastern works better, but if it was like 7:30 or 7 Eastern,
I can make that work.
I might be able to do it.
Listen, I can make that work easily. I'm just thinking about when everybody's going to be available on a Friday to watch.
Mm-hmm. I mean, does it have to be, this is the question. I mean, there is Saturday too, like because Saturday I'm already at my desk, so like, or most of the time I'm at my desk, right? So
Right.
I already have Rocket Lab Weekly from L2 at an Eastern time, 5 to 6 Eastern, generally.
Saturdays hit or miss because I never know if I'm headed out to my parents or not on Saturdays.
Good point.
So for me, that's hit or miss. I would think if we want to do it over the weekend, Sunday night is a definite. Like I'm definitely around then, and one day over the weekend I'm at home. It's just a matter of which day over the weekend it is that I'm at home. I'm not sure, and I'd like to try to hammer out a time where it's consistent every week.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the thing is it's like it's not like, you know, live streams, doing live consistent every week is tough. There will be.
I can do it Sunday if you want. I mean, I'm pretty sure Sundays I can make that happen.
Yeah. I just don't. This is the problem. Is I just don't want to be like. I don't want to guarantee a date and then it just doesn't end up working, and then somebody, you know what I mean? Like if somebody's, I'm down to do one every week, right? Like
no, I get it.
There will be one done. I just don't want to be like, yep, Sunday 6 p.m. Eastern, we're doing it, and it's like, nope, I'm actually flying. You know, like.
Well, look, in that case, we can move it to a different day. I'm just saying, like something where we think we can make at least half of those days a year.
If that's the case, then we could definitely do that. If you're not giving me the pressure that like, Matt, we can't, 20% of the time we can't do that.
Listen, we're not going to arrest you for freaking having to move a stream here or there. You know what I mean?
But no, like that's a good point. And that's another thing is like we could also record it. I mean, it doesn't have to be a
We
whole hour.
could, but I think it would be fun seeing the live comments going when we're going over everything.
I agree. And you can do premieres too as well. If we have to. If we can't both
Ooh.
make it.
And you know what else is interesting? You could, if you choose to do a little update during the week for a pre-recorded video, gives you something to do a pre-recorded video on.
You're not wrong, Steve.
I'm just saying this is interesting. We could get a bunch of content out of this for the community.
Good. And the thing is though, like I don't think people fully recognize is like doing live streams, you actually make less money on YouTube.
It's not about the money. It's about the community. It's about.
I think people. Somebody said something about making money or something like that. I don't know why. Oh, somebody. No, it wasn't that. It was somebody said that live is better than recorded. That's what it was.
Johnny, I'm likely not opening a different account for this. It's going to be in an account that's already open. That way, I have the ability to run any type of option strategy that I choose.
Ready here first. I don't know if I put my stream out for today. Let me make sure I do that. People got to see the new. Interesting. So you haven't decided yet? You haven't like wrote it down? You might change?
No, I'm fleshing out some ideas in my head of what my opening week is going to do. And it's going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot of stuff. I may even do a full video with me doing it live, not live on a live stream. I may do a video about me thinking through everything. And so everybody can see me rambling and shit. And I'll pretend I'm talking to the audience, even though I'm just talking to myself, and everybody will think I'm a crazy person. We'll see.
That's why they pay the big bucks, Steve.
I mean, if I had your money, I'd donate mine.
You said that. If I had Doug's money, I would donate mine.
I mean, I think the two of you are going to be pretty happy when you guys come up here. I got something for the two of you.
I know I'm happy. I'm already happy.
I got something for you and Dougie. Do you want to see what I have? Do you want a little sneak peek?
I already know. You already told me. I'm excited.
Dougie's in the chat. He has no idea. Hold on.
He doesn't. Steve doesn't want people clipping him from behind.
Maddie?
Yeah.
I got to tell you something. This smells so good.
Be a shame if you partook, but I know you can't.
No, I'm not. I am not smoking anymore. So you and Dougie are going to get a few things out of the private reserve, and the Angel Share, the Opus Perfections, Things of Beauty.
You know what I got to do? I have to start smoking some of the crappier cigars in my humidor so I can make space. Actually, this is actually probably, you know what this is going to do, Steve? I don't have the highest quality humidors. I need to. They're not bad, right? They've been able to keep things going, but I made enough money. I think I need to get a nice blend like you, nice humidor like you.
Yeah, I definitely have a few suggestions depending on what the goal is.
Good point.
Dougie, do not get me anything. I have a Johnny Blue on my freaking desk because I didn't put it away. Do not get me a single thing. I am more than happy to. I'm going to bring a bunch of cigars with me. And if anybody wants to smoke them when we're together, they're more than welcome to. And I am giving away my collection. So I'm happy to donate to you and Matt and some other people.
You're a good man, Steve. The best man.
Nah, let's not go that far. But this is going to be very fun. This is going to be very fun. The ideas are flowing, and There's a lot of ways I think this challenge can go. And what I am interested in seeing, what do you think your what do you think your annual performance is going to be in this? Do you think do you think you're going to beat the market?
I don't think so.
Now, let's hypothetically say the market does 14% this year.
I don't think I will, because I still think not a large portion, but a subset of the portfolio is potentially going to go to zero. And I'm not just saying that because I normally say that. Like, I'm saying that because I know that there's parts of the portfolio that I'm gonna hopefully try to outpace the market in, but there's gonna be other parts of the portfolio. I say portfolio 10,000, that I'm actively going to be trying new things, and I don't know what those are yet. And it could very well be that it doesn't go bueno.
So I'll say it right now. I do think I'm going to beat the market. I am the strategy that I'm using is going to have risk, but I think the level of risk that I am going to allow in this and the diversity that I'm thinking about chopping the money up in, I think that I will beat the market. I mean, you guys can clip that. That's fine. It doesn't matter. I mean, I've said I think the S&P is going to 8,000 this year, and I think that I'm going to beat the market with this mini portfolio. I mean, we'll see. Maybe I don't. I'm also not going in micro caps. I'm not going to go in small caps. I mean, I'm going to keep this toward large caps, and I think the riskiest thing that I'm going to go in is probably BMNR if I choose to do that.
That's an interesting one there, Steve.
Hi NRG, thank you very much for the super chat. I mean, VGT, there's not much not to like. That's the Vanguard Technology ETF. It's done really good. The problem with that is if you get another year like 2022 where tech leads the market the wrong way, that's going to fall harder than the market. So if you're bullish on technology, I think it's a great way to own the best technology companies in the market.
So you're thinking Meta, Microsoft, Nvidia will outpace the market?
Oh, I think Nvidia is going to smash the market. Not outpace, smash. I mean, look, I'm open about it. I think Nvidia is going to 250 this year. So that's what, 34% or so, 35%.
You're a wise man, Steve.
Well, I won't be if it doesn't happen. We'll see what happens. I mean, what are you thinking? I feel like you're cooking some strategy up for next week.
I'm not cooking up anything at the moment. My mind is wandering and trying to think particularly what it'll be. The call roll thing is definitely something that's going to happen. Do I do cash secured put that as well?
Good. You could. And yes, I will be at the New York City meetup. I believe Maddie will be at the New York City meetup.
Mm-hmm.
I believe a bunch of people are going to be there, and it's going to be awesome.
The problem that I see though with this, what about cash, like interest on cash? Like, as you're just sitting on.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
The problem that I see with that though is like if you're mixing it with other accounts, how do we know?
I would think that if you want interest on cash, you have to put it in SGov.
Okay.
Because I think you're right. If you're putting it in an established account so you can do any type of option strategy, I think it's going to be too hard to figure out how much cash was in there for that month, what percentage is allocated to whatever you had sitting. I think if you want to yield on cash, you have to put it in escov,
Okay.
or
Yeah.
or you have to put it in. No, oh, very easy. There's money market ETFs you could throw it in. So if you want to keep a reserve because you're not necessarily using that money, just throw it in a Fidelity money market account.
Is that publicly traded?
Can't hear you.
I mean, I know it's publicly traded. It is. Well, I guess yeah, I have the Fidelity one, but okay. Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
You, so of what you stated, right? The Nvidia,
Mhm.
and it could change, right? I'm not holding you to
Yeah, it could change.
it.
May go full port Palantir.
Your BM&R, potentially 100 shares of that / cash secured put. That alone will be close to 5,000-6,000.
Well, BM&R is at 32, so that's 32%
Oh shit!
of portfolio.
Are you doing cash secured put and that?
I was thinking about, maybe running a cash secured put on BM&R or buying 100 shares and starting out with a cover call. I don't know.
Why not both?
I don't know.
You
I
do
was
both.
thinking about maybe 100 BM&R, 100 of SoFi,
And then Nvidia, Microsoft,
Microsoft, Amazon, Meta. Walk on the wild side. I don't know.
and your goal. You're not. Are you? I'm trying to understand. You're going straight to beat me. Like you're not trying
Oh
to.
yeah. Yeah. This is so for everybody that came late, this is what we're doing. Maddie and I are making a dedicated series to see if we can A, make money, B, beat the other person, and C, beat the market, and D, try new ideas that we don't typically do. So we are taking 10 grand each, and we are going to document every single thing that we do with that 10 grand on a weekly basis. And we are going to report back live with every move that we made, what our profit or loss was for the week, and talk about our strategies and what we are doing. That is what we are doing. And we are going to do it for the next year. And we are going to see what happens.
You're a good man.
And I think that this is what going to be very interesting for people because look, the reality is that everybody wants new ideas, and maybe there's something that we're going to do that'll spark an idea for somebody. And while I do not recommend doing anything that Matt and I do, in all seriousness, I don't know what any of your situations are. I'm not your financial advisor. For Matt and I to do this, I don't think that what I'm doing, I'm going to lose 20%, 30%, 40%, and so on. And the money that we're doing on this, the reality is if it goes bust, it's not going to change my life.
I mean, my full disclosure on one of the things that I'm doing, you could potentially lose over 50%
Matt's going for the kill. He's going to
in a
freaking.
month. If that does really well, that could drag the portfolio in a certain direction.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, there around earnings time, I'm probably going to buy a call option or two on stuff, without a question. I mean, this is why I'm keeping it in an account that's already established. So if I want to do a call spread on something, I can. If I want to sell a cash secured put, I can. If I want to buy naked calls, I can. I don't have any restrictions in where my strategy takes me.
I love it.
So it's gonna be interesting because come earnings season, if I think a company's gonna blow earnings out, I may be dabbling a little bit.
Steve,
Just saying.
you've never really gambled that much on earnings?
I don't. That's not my forte. I don't really do that stuff.
MSTR can definitely go much lower.
And look, here's the other thing. If this really works out, and if for some reason this account does really well, it may entice me to use a sizable amount of money next year and do the same thing and make a whole series on it.
You heard it here first. I don't even know what SIDU is. No.
Now, I will say this. We will not be going full port Pokemon or any alternative investments other than crypto that can be tracked, because in the accounts we have an audit trail of everything we do. It cannot be I went to a convention and I paid X and I sold it. You can't do that. Like, has to be in the market and it has to have an audit trail.
Hmm. I don't think there's any. I mean, there's a few things that I'm thinking about.
The real question is Neutron going to be in the portfolio?
I don't think it's going to be like a staple in the portfolio.
I could see Neutron being a 100 share position, call options, the wheel, premiums.
Let's.
Yeah, man.
That could be honestly like that's not a horrible idea. Is like if I can't think of anything else for the week and I have some cash lying around, doing something like that to generate a little extra.
Yeah, look, this is going to be very interesting. I'm very excited on this. And it's going to be fun.
Actually, you got me thinking, Steve.
Uh-oh.
What's the price of this? They just did a split, right? Fuck.
What are you
But
thinking,
still,
Matt?
have I ever talked to you about TQQQ, Steve?
Of course, you and I have had conversations. I've written articles about it. The thought crossed my mind today about a little TQQQ, because the people who say that the erosion gets you, I have proved that that is simply not true.
Yeah, TQQQ is different. What happens though is it accelerates in a bad direction. So
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
So if it's going up in a certain direction, it accelerates that way. If it's going down in a certain direction, it accelerates that way.
In 2022, it lost like 82% of its value.
I was there. Yeah.
Yeah.
At one point, I kind of regret doing this too, because I think when it got to like $85, let me see if I have it in my. When it got to $85, I sold it, unfortunately. But I had like over 100 some grand in it. Let me see if I can find. It did me well, but I took it all the way down, Steve. All the way down.
Well, while you find that, Eldest, thank you so much for the super chat. My thoughts on the BM&R proxy voting is they need to stop spending money on getting text messages and fucking letters out to people. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And it's wasting money that they could be buying Ethereum with. That's my rant.
I want you to buy me, Steve.
I mean,
what?
What happened? What happened, Matt?
I thought I had more in it. You know what it was? It might have been call options.
Guys, I was not involved in the Pokemon theft. I don't even know what you're talking about. What happened? Somebody link what happened. What happened? Pokemon theft?
What do you mean Pokemon theft?
I don't know. Somebody said that I'm avoiding the question, and if I don't answer, I was involved in the Pokemon theft, which makes me assume that something big happened.
There's some crazy people out there.
There's some crazy people out there. I am so proud of Amit. He is coming to the convention next week.
Yeah, it looks like I sold on October 7th, 2024 at Wait, what do you mean? Oh, $70, not 80.
100 million in Pokemon cards stolen. Only milk left at the scene. I mean, if milk was left at the scene, that gotta tell you, signs would point to me.
Steven. Oh my god.
What happened, Matt? What'd you do?
Guess how much in premiums I made just from selling puts on TQQQ last year?
Last year?
Yeah, in 2025. I'm just seeing this.
I mean, from your reaction, 30, 40 grand?
No, it wasn't. But like I didn't go that crazy in it. Like it was just a couple contracts. I made $9,000
Doesn't suck.
off of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trades.
Now I'm looking at TQQQ.
This could go a lot of different ways, Steven. If you're looking at TQQQ, what about the 5x leverage?
Premiums aren't that crazy, though. You get better premiums on other stuff like Core Weave.
Yeah, TQQQ I think has calmed down a bit.
Yeah, premiums aren't crazy.
After the pen, it was crazy. SOXL was really crazy.
If you look at Core Weave, the premium is insane on the option chain.
Interesting, Steve. See, I knew it. I knew there was something wrong. I knew it. I was telling you earlier how I have like my 3 proprietary ETF fund, and it was like for some reason. So it's literally the portfolio name for that is called Beat the Spy. And so for anybody that I was hoping to do a Seeking Alpha series on it, but I'm too lazy. So that would require weekly effort, and I'm not Steve Fiorillo. So basically, I put $50 in a week into SPY or S&P 500 equivalent, which for this one is IVV, not SPY. It's actually IVV. And then in the other portfolio, I have a 3 proprietary blend, one of which is actually TQQQ. That's all I'll say about that. And then the other one is S&P 500 equivalent, and then I won't reveal what the last one is. But the hope is that you give up a little bit. I'm trying to make more income. Basically, what I'm trying to do is if I die, which I don't forecast it, nor do I plan on dying. But if I did, I told my family members that this is what I want them to do. And so I'm trying it out, and it's been about 9 months, and it's up. It's up. The Beat the Spy is up 12.6% overall versus the IVV only is up 10.7%. And it pays like 80% more in dividends than just the regular IVV. So premiums are huge for CoreWeave. Have you heard it first, Steve?
Yeah, I mean, they are big. I own Nebius, but I am considering potentially doing something with CoreWeave for the challenge. We'll see. I don't know. There's a lot of things I want to do. A lot of things can happen in this challenge, Matt.
I like it, Steve.
A lot of things can happen.
I like it. I like it. All right, my guy. Well, I don't know what else. BG options aren't really bad for small port, selling 90 days out, $7 yield on $10.
I think we should figure out a time and let everybody know next week which day we're going to do it. You want to have this be a Sunday thing, or do you want to try to do it during the week?
I mean, the problem with doing it during the week is that you won't close the week out and know. Sunday, at least you could say these are my thoughts for the week, and whatever
And we use that.
transpires, you can talk
I
about.
do like Sunday thoughts for the week, and we discuss the previous week's action.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to. I don't know. We could always play it by ear too, and like I stated, like to me, it moves. It moves, but Sunday is a problem. Like if I'm traveling during holidays and stuff like that, it's gonna be a problem. But
All right. So let's make it a Sunday fun day for next week at least.
yeah,
All right. Sunday fun day next week. Not the Sunday this week kickoff show. Flush out some ideas over the weekend.
yeah. And then we were thinking for Monday, right? Monday is the day we're kicking it off, or not?
Well, yeah, Monday it starts.
Yeah. So luckily, I have the cash to move. Normally, I'm broke.
So, yeah, I like it. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. We'll do it before midstream.
Adamant.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it.
All
Can you
right.
explain how to buy or sell based on? I don't do that. I'm not smart enough.
I don't do any of that stuff. Do
Yeah.
it before the X Files,
There's X Files still on.
dude. That show was legit.
X Files was
So legit.
Scully, and who was the other? Who was the chick?
Mulder.
Mulder was the dude, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I was too young. I was too young, Steve. All right, now, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm like trying to think. I'm not. I don't really have coherent thoughts. I need to wrap my head around it.
All right. So Monday's going to be the kickoff. Matt and I will probably do something this Sunday as a little pregame show, discuss some ideas. We got a couple of days of trading left this week to figure some stuff out. And then we'll come back at you with something.
It's going to be interesting because initially I think I'm going to start off with like a consistent thing, something that it's going to be timely for like the first half, maybe the full year, depending on how I feel. And then I'm not going to touch crypto, I don't think, in a large capacity until. It's not to say I won't do cash secured puts or something, but I don't think I would do calls on a crypto here, personally.
That's why you get paid the big bucks, Matt.
But somebody on CNBC said that they're still predicting that crypto is going to be absolutely crazy this year in terms of gains.
You heard it here first.
I just want to know what Steve's doing. Steve, what are we getting for dinner? I'm starving.
I still haven't had dinner, so I don't know, but I'm freaking starving.
You got to do something, my guy. What about some steak?
No, it's too late for that. But all right. I think we should close it out. We'll hit everybody back with what we're thinking. And it's gonna be a fun year, this little challenge. You know what I like about this? Dude, our group, we have not got together and talked about the stock draft. And this is gonna force us to talk about it every week.
Heard it here first.
Maddie, you got a question?
Would you do a $60 calls expiring for both of you? I mean, the $60 call is on you, man. I mean, I personally think if you don't have any on right now and you're rolling it, depending on if you don't have any on right now, I think that's flying too close to the sun. I mean, I feel like this is a problem. This is where I'm at with a lot of this. Like, I think a lot of people look at it and they get super premium drunk on a lot of this stuff. Like $60 calls is literally in the money. Like, so do you want to get your calls rolled away or your shares pulled away? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know the answer to that. Like, I personally want to hold that. Like, this is the thing. I look at my shares as golden geese and I never want to get rid of them. So, I try to keep them. I'm okay making 1 or 2% a year on writing covered calls, but a lot of people want to make 1 or 2% per transaction.
You heard it here first.
Like, no offense, I'm going to call Tevis out. Tevis is very aggressive on his strike prices for a lot of things.
Tevi.
So, but he's also wheeling, right? I'm not wheeling. So
Yeah.
To me, you want my opinion? I appreciate the super chat. You want my opinion? I personally wouldn't do it, but I don't know what your situation is. Maybe you're looking for income. Then go about it. You know?
I think SoFi's got a great chance of hitting all-time highs after earnings. That's just me. I think
what was the SoFi question?
SoFi, do we think it's going to hit all-time highs after earnings? I think they will. I think they're going to have a slam dunk 2025, and I think guidance for 26 is going to be higher than what the street expects.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, all right, you ready to call
the
that?
richest? Probably Steve.
No, if I had your money, I'd donate mine.
That's the thing, though. Like,
it doesn't matter.
Exactly, it doesn't matter. You need to run your own race for, like, because for example, I think if some people, I literally had this conversation with somebody in the elevator today. They were like, I have a certain number in mind, and when I hit it, I'm done. I hit my number, and I'm said that number was stupid. So,
this is what I'll say about it. I hope out of the four that you're thinking, I hope that they are all richer than me, and that's the truth.
Steve's got that New York money, you know. That New York never travels money. Steve, did you talk about your trip over the weekend?
What do you mean?
Did you let the chat know about?
I may have talked about the little excursion down to Borgata.
Did you talk about your? How much did you walk away with?
I didn't make that much. I came out on top. I'll tell you a percentage. I'll tell you a percentage that I made, and then I'll tell you the percentage my buddy made. How about that?
Mm-hmm. All about it. Can you please unban me in your channel? If since from reading that you're not banned.
They're talking to me.
I know, but that's because it's my channel. Sorry.
Yeah, and no, you're not getting unbanned. Talk shit about any of my friends. I don't care if it's a joke. You get banned. Full stop.
I remember that, but I forget who it was. You have to tell me.
They were talking shit about Hager. I walked away with 14.28% profit.
There you go. I look at that as a W.
All right. Now my buddy made a 460% profit.
Yeah.
He killed it. Much more aggressive than me, and he killed it.
Good man.
So
no, this is the problem that I have with my one buddy. He loves to gamble, and I'm like, maybe you should switch it up. Loves parlays, loves them, and I'm like, you have a pretty good success rate. Like, if you didn't do the parlays, you'd probably be up. And they're like, but that's not fun. And I'm like, see, this is the problem, right? Like, are you doing it for fun? Or are you doing it for money? I never gamble for fun. Sorry, I never gamble for money. I gamble for fun.
Same here.
So if I lose, I've gone to Vegas before. I brought it, let's just say X amount of dollars. I'm like, I'm fine if I lose all this money, right? It's generally I never bring money that I can not afford to lose. But some people they like to be like, if it's 300% or nothing, and I think a lot of people look at the stock market like that.
And I will say this, my buddy will lose a lot of money or win a lot of money. It's very rare that he breaks even. I go there with a set amount that I'm willing to lose, and my strategy allows me to stay within a band. I truly enjoy standing at the craps table and shooting craps. And I have a strategy that allows me to play for a long time.
Yeah, you have a good strategy.
I mean, it's math. There's 36 combinations on the two dice. A 7 has 6 combinations. It's 16.67%. So if I'm playing at a $25 table, which limits are high on the weekend, so if I have 25 on the pass line, I'm going 135 across up top to give me the rest of the numbers. So I'm out there for a buck 60. I have the 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10. I now have 24 out of 36 combinations. I have a 66.67%.
Wait, you do this after the come out,
Once
or
the point is established,
got it. Yeah.
I place the rest of the numbers. I now have a 66.67% chance of one of the numbers coming out on my side. That gives me a 50% edge over the house because I have a 66.67% chance. The 7 only has a 16.67% chance. And based it on the way that the odds are paid on the 4, the 5, and the 6, I roughly need 4 hits in order to be even on it and free roll the rest of the run. Now, I will throw 5 on make them all as a side bet if I'm rolling, my buddy's rolling, or somebody who I think is going to have a good roll rolls. Other than that, I don't throw hard ways out there. I don't do world bets. I don't do any of that shit because at the end of the day, they're losing propositions.
Yeah, I've had some good streaks where I win a shit ton of world bets, and I have a shit ton, or the field, I mean, and then I have sometimes where I just absolutely shit the bet on the field. Curious,
Guys,
do you double bet when you hit what's the free bet that they give you behind the pass?
the odds bet. So it's not a free bet, but because of the way the payout is, it's technically even money. I'll get to that in a sec. So I want to address this. I'm not saying that this strategy will make you money. What I'm saying is mathematically, every roll you have an edge over the house mathematically, but you need 4 or 5 rolls to break even. Like you can hit a number and then 7 comes out and you're negative on that set. So it's a strategy that allows you to maximize the percentage of a number coming out when you need it to come out. It's not foolproof. It's still the luck of the dice. But as far as the odds betting back, I will only place odds if a 6 or an 8's the point. Because then you're one level behind. A 6 and an 8 both have 5 combinations of coming out. Once you get past that, to me, I don't want to bet him back on the 5, 9, 4, 10.
Do you ever do you just stick with a single chip on each, or single bet 25 on each? In this particular case is 25, or do you push at all?
Once I am up and I've made maybe 3 more numbers and I'm in the black by a decent amount, I will start telling the stick man to go up a unit. I never press because I want some of that money on numbers hit coming back to me, but I will have them start building the position and go up a unit.
So when you hit it, you go up a unit.
Yeah. After I've made my money back. Like I need 4 or 5 rolls to make my money back. And then once numbers start flowing, I'll start telling them to go up a unit on everything that hits from here on out.
And when you push, I'm trying to remember, pushing means what in craps?
There is no push.
Yeah, I didn't think that. Yeah, okay. That's why I was confused.
There is no push.
Interesting.
I mean,
if you go up a unit, you're still pulling out a crap ton of money generally.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So like if a 9 is hit, it'll pay you 35 on the 25, I believe. So I'll go up a unit, and that means that they're taking a $5 chip and throwing it on top of the 25. They'll just start building it up.
Wait, why only a $5? Hold on. You're taking your 25 and then you're only putting it up 5. Wait, I'm confused.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. They'll take the 25, throw it up, and they'll give me the 10.
Give you the 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
10,
Right.
whatever it is. Yeah. Got it. I
But
got
yeah,
confused. I was like, what are you talking
no,
about?
I that was my fault. I said it wrong. But yeah, that's the way that I
On
played.
6 and 8, you'd have to, even if you went up a unit, you'd have to give them 5, right?
You would the first time have to give you the whole thing because of the juice.
Got it.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't play other games in the casino. I mean, I played a
Perhaps it's
little.
so fun.
I played a little baccarat for fun, but the game I stick to is craps. I understand it. I have a method that works. Blackjack, I hate. I taught myself how to count cards. I know basic strategy. Still cannot make money doing it. And the problem with blackjack is somebody can sit down and screw you at any time. And even if you're sitting in the first seat, people can freaking sit left of you and screw the deck up because they may play wrong. So if you're going to play blackjack, know what you're doing and play in the middle of the night or early in the morning when nobody's there. Or sit down in the high limit room and play by yourself. I have not played blackjack in a good 8 years. Won't do.
Never been to the high limit room. What's the minimum on blackjack? High limit room. I know it goes in infinite, but like what?
Yeah, I think it's 100 minimum there
for most places.
Yeah, or at least Borgata was.
Because I don't ever really very rarely do I see 100 minimum on the floor. Like I often see 50 in Vegas.
50 was the max I saw on the floor for craps.
Steve, you got me excited. Is there a good online
don't do
crap
it
simulator? I know, but not
Wizard of Odds.
What is it?
Wizard of Odds has
a good one.
Simulators for every game.
Okay, I'll try it online.
Yeah,
I'm curious. I've never tried that particular strategy. I've done the 6 and 8. I've done
6 and 8's a great strategy. It's just I feel like why not if you're able to? And look, it works better playing at a $10 table because you can maximize your. To me, it's about maximizing the amount that I can play, and this allows me to at least if the table is somewhat warm, do okay. And even if it's not great, I don't get killed. Like I see people and they destroy their bankrolls in 10 minutes because a table's cold.
I've done it.
I mean,
I've done it. Trying to do crazy shit. I've lost like $600, $700 in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
they even told me, they were like, do not come to this table. They're like, we would love for you to come because you're going to potentially tip us and make money. But they were like, please don't. I'm begging you not to. And then we came back later. We were there for March Madness in Vegas. And my buddies were like, this table's open. And they were just like, talk to your buddy. Like, and then I was like, yeah, guys, like they told me it's cold. They're like, that was 3 hours ago. Still nobody wants to play on this table. And they all went and they all lost like a couple $100 a piece. And then
I don't like going. And here's another thing. I'll give everybody a little secret. Okay. Go to a table that is 3/4 full. Never go to a table that has 1 or 2 people there because one, the game moves very quickly. And at least with a table where there's a lot of people, that takes a little bit of time between rolls, which allows you to get more time out of the game, which helps your comps because they use a methodology of what your average bet is and how long you played for. And the more people there, the more people they have to pay out when something hits. So it just takes longer. So that's the other way I look at it. I try and maximize comps. Because if I go to a casino, I don't want to pay for the room. I don't want to pay for the food. I don't want to pay for anything I do. I want it to be purely on if I lose money, I lose money, but I don't want to see a bill.
You're a good man.
All right. You want to call it, Matt?
Do you do 4 through 10 after you establish a point? 4 through 10.
Yeah. But you have a simulator up. You want to show it?
Yeah.
Share the screen. I got 5 minutes in me, and I need to eat. I'm dying.
You gotta leave winning bets up. Yeah, leave bets working.
Share your screen.
All right.
All right.
So I got an 8.
Yep. And I would bet, but I would bet, yeah, behind it because it's an 8.
So you do 4 through 10.
Yep.
And one
That's
unit
exactly
bonus.
my setup. That's the exact setup.
So nothing. 9.
Wait, the bet came down. You got to put it back up.
Yeah, exactly. So the 9, you put the 9 back on.
You
Right?
gotta, so you gotta click the other box on the top, Matt. You clicked leave bets working. Take that off and click leave wing bets off. Take that off. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So now you gotta roll again because a point's established. Hold on, put $5 on the any crap on the bottom. Because that's insurance. And I do that always on the come out roll.
Like even the fresh, even if you have no money on.
No, because you have 25 on the pass line. This is
I know,
insurance.
but I know. So you even on your coming out, if you have no money 4 through 10, you always do crap.
Yeah, you have to.
Okay. I remember. So I rolled a 7. So why did I just make a shit ton of money?
I have no idea. Probably
Oh,
because
any
you had
craps?
no that you
That's
lose.
not
You got to
craps.
back up. It's just insurance because if a 2, 3, or 12 gets rolled, you lose the 25 on the pass line, but you get paid 35 on any crap, and that bet stays up. All right, so you lose that. Now points established. So you got to place the 8.
Oops. Let's do. And then bets behind. Oh.
See, I wouldn't go in back there, but that's just me. There's no reason not to. I just mathematically I don't want to do it.
How do I pull this off? Okay. 11, so nothing. 8.
Nice.
And
Why did it come down?
I don't know. Craps. 11. 6. Okay. 6 again. Five. That's what? 8. Okay.
I mean, at this point, I'd probably start going up a unit. Or
I just
why?
hemorrhaged cash, right?
Hold on. What? Why did that just happen?
I
Why
don't.
you're? Did you? What's the bet? Wait, hold on.
This is the lay. Oh,
You're
gonna
laying.
place.
You're not placing. That's why.
That's why I was wondering what the hell's going on.
Yeah, you're laying, not placing.
Damn it, Steve.
Sorry.
It's not you, it's me. Okay, so 10.
So you got to place the other numbers.
I was wondering what the hell the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
That's good.
Nice.
And then you do any craps on this because you're coming out, right?
Yeah.
I would have had to
Now you
move it
want
over
to
to the
place
10.
the 10, and you want to leave winning bets up.
Yeah. So
There you
5.
go.
Yep, there we go. Now it's working. I was wondering why I was like hemorrhaging cash. I was like, it doesn't make any sense. So that's 4. Yeah. 6.
Yep. Yeah, and you pretty much made your money back around. So now I'd start going up a unit. So basically, at this point, you're using the casino's money to build your bets on the other things. And look, even though a 7 came out and you lost all that, you're still up on the roll.
100%. I like it,
So
Steve.
that's the way I play. So, all right.
Establishing that. All right. Well, I know what I'm doing for the next 8 hours.
Love it. All
I
right,
haven't played
everyone.
craps in a while, so
Yeah, it's fun.
you're the man. Go get some lunch or some dinner.
Thanks everybody for joining. Really appreciate it. I hope everybody is going to follow our weekly show about
It's gonna be a lot of fun, man.
can we
Can't wait.
make money?
Making money with Hot Steve, the myth, the
See
legend.
what happens. Thanks
Cool.
everyone. Really appreciate it. Have a great night.
Thanks all.